Brought to you by GTA. We start with you.
Drugs are coming into the
Customs Director Ike Peredo isn't going anywhere.
I have very strong confidence in Mr. Peredo, in his integrity, in his management.
Earlier this week in the Superior Court, the director pled guilty to harassment as a petty misdemeanor. The case stems from a July 2020 incident involving an alleged physical altercation with a female employee. According to the plea agreement, the assault charge was dismissed and Peredo was allowed to remain director so long as he keeps his distance from the victim. He also has to pay court fees and restitution, complete an anger management course, and perform 50 hours community service, and he can't possess a gun unless it's for work purposes.
I think that these charges that resulted in him and the disposition of the cases unfortunately get complicated. But I can tell you, coming from the court, sometimes when the way the system works doesn't always allow for what I think is adequate justice, meaning that people get forced to plea to lesser offenses so that they don't get stuck in a court system for years.
But what about victims of crime seeking adequate justice? According to Attorney General Levin Camacho, in every case, the prosecution division's mission is to pursue justice and find out what happened. And although victims do have input, it doesn't necessarily mean they have the ultimate say.
We're not there to necessarily carry out any personal feelings or vendettas between two individuals. So if we reviewed the case and we believed that we would be able to prove beyond a reasonable doubt harassment, and that was what the evidence supported, then that would be the thought going into making that offer in that plea agreement.
And as for Adelup, they'll continue standing by their customs director despite an offensive tap on the shoulder.
I'll say this, that I have been purview to information I've heard from the investigators. The initial arrest was not based on extensive investigation, and I remain very confident and supportive of his leadership. I regret that this conflict with the employee, who I also know and I have a regard for, resulted in this. But I have to say that Mr. Peredo is the right leader for that job right now.